Murder, 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 murder. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I'm your host, VGMKoren, and in the last one, we got through the Dark Palace, I think it was, yes. Dark Palace, and we got the hammer, which is dinky and terrible, but, you know, you can hit big guys with it, and it actually does a lot of damage. Those guys usually take, like, 8 hits with your sword, so... You know, the hammers are better than swords for fighting. Now, in this one, we're going to be, let's just open the map here. That way. We're going that way, to the little 2. Now, there are interludes that you can do in the Dark World all of the time, and that's something you should really always think about. And yes, I'm going to walk through here. Please let me through. I don't know where I'm going. There are interludes you can do all over the Dark World, and it's pretty fun to just wander around the Dark World, but in the early stages, it can be a bit hard to get around the world, especially because you don't really know where anything is, and you also don't have the ability to take advantage of it if you do find where something is, because more likely than not, you're not going to have what you need to get through there. Now then... So we will just be going straight to the next dungeon, hopefully picking up a few hearts on the way so that I don't die miserably, which it seems reasonably likely that that's going to happen. Now, these guys actually don't take much damage with the hammer. Alright, hammer, you're the one. You are the one that I will be using from now on. I mean, look at that. It's a lot more damage. I never actually tried this in the old Legend of Zelda games. I always tried to make the hammer a worthwhile weapon in, say, a Zelda 64, Ocarina of Time, and other games, but I never tried it here, and obviously the big disadvantage it has is that its range is nothing, and your sword is a little bit more than nothing, but still fairly nothing. Aha! Oh. Tough. Now, aside from the fact that those look like, you know, netherworlds... Never mind. We're not talking about what those look like, and what demonic... thing they might look like. But anyways, this way to the bomb shop. Let's completely forget about the tangent I was going to go off on because it's terrible. Yes, you do have to use your hammer to get through here. That is part of the Dark World, is that you... Well, I'm just terrible. That you have to use the items a lot more to get around than in the Light World. It's just a normal thing. Now, this is my house in the Light World, but in the Dark World, it's a bomb shop. And it's 100 rupees for 30 bombs. I can't even, you know, I can't even carry 30 bombs. I can carry 15. Now, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if I died here, because I don't have very much... I mean, I will probably respawn at my house if I die, and my house is nice, and let's run through the grass and maybe find some hearts. Nope. There was not a single heart in there. Now, if you might remember this, let's see. Let's see if I'm talking... Yeah. You might remember that early in the game, or at least a few episodes ago, oh god, it's a bee, I drained a lake. And the thing is, I really could have waited for that and shown off that once you drain the lake in the Light World, it drains in the Dark World too. But instead of doing that like a reasonable human being that would show off how the worlds are interconnected, I just did it anyway. So, yeah, there's your exposition. We're going into the dungeon. Okay. And here we are in the second dungeon of the Dark World. I don't think this dungeon actually has a name. It is, however, the Water Dungeon. Link, it is I, Sahasrabo. Objects exist simultaneously. Wait, that's not his voice. That's not his voice at all. Simultaneously in both worlds with similar shapes. If the form of a thing changes, it will affect the shape of its twin in the other world. So that's exactly what I was just saying right there, and... Okay, so I guess what it's actually saying is I need to go return the water pressure. And that's what I was talking about. And now that I'm actually going to have to do it, my whole thing about me being terrible no longer applies. I am the best. Okay, so what you do here, I have no idea if I'm going to be doing this right or not, by the way. But what we're going to do is we are going to try to restart the flow of water. Wait, I could have sworn I did this already. Like, oh god, it's bombs. It's bombs and explosions, and I could have sworn we'd done this. I'm not crazy, am I? I might be crazy. Maybe? I have no idea. I have no idea at all why that was that way, but as you can see, this is the water dungeon, and you need the flippers to get through here. If you don't have the flippers by now, this is when you absolutely have to go get them, as you cannot possibly progress any further without flippers. Now, brilliantly, I already have a heart and a half left, and we just started the dungeon. I am going to die. I'm going to die and have to cut to the point where I get back here. I'm absolutely sure of this, because there are floating water things going around, and everyone knows how good I am at dodging. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get some bombs out. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Alright, half a heart. I am well on my way to being dead. There are apparently eyes in the ground. What? Oh, it's jellies. Everyone loves a jelly. Slash a jelly. Okay. Well, with those jellies dead, we still don't have any hearts. I really wish I was getting more hearts from the game, but seeing as that isn't going to happen, I'm going to die, and it's going to be terrible. I'm trying not to talk about anything interesting while I have half a heart, because I know I'm just going to have to cut myself off. I don't have any fairies left, do I? I'm pretty sure I don't. Alright, so this is a particularly interesting little thing. It shoots sometimes. Oh wait, it shoots while your sword is charging. That's a cool mechanic, actually. I never knew that did that. Huh. Well, you learn something new every day. And then sometimes you just learn things and you don't pay any attention to what you just learned. Save and continue. Where does that put me? Oh, hey, it puts me right at the start of the dungeon. Perfect. Well, we don't need to actually... We don't need to skip anything because, you know, it's not that far. It's not that far. Okay, so yes, those things only fire while you're shooting, and, you know, once you have observed that, please remember that you've observed that, because otherwise you'll be like me. So, what about the water dungeon? That is... Or swamp dungeon? I don't know, whatever you want to call this dungeon. I'm sure that has some name somewhere that's much better than the one I'm giving it, but, you know... Now, the thing about Zelda is that you really ought to take your time. I mean, you might be noticing me here just trying to blaze my way through the combat, and that repeatedly gets me murdered. That is a mistake. I should be just slowing down, taking my time, letting it go slow. There's not going to be a switch under that skull, is there? I'm just going to check. Nope, nope, not at all. I love that stairs stop time in this game. It's kind of great. Now, will we get through this dungeon in one go? Maybe, maybe not. I don't really know. Again, I don't remember how long the dungeons are, so I guess I'll just kind of be wandering around until then. However, thankfully, you can very easily just kind of move through these dungeons. I don't know what I was originally saying. But hey, look, you have to have the hammer to progress past this point. So even if you came here first, this is... Okay, let's try it from that angle. This is where you would get stuck. Now, those switches invariably just drain water and let you get to the next area. But as you can see, there is a cracked wall. And like all cracks, the best thing you can do is put something explosive next to it and inside of it. Tell your kids. Now, was my reward really a bomb? My reward for that was seriously a bomb? Oh my god. Well, that seems about right, actually. You bomb a wall, and sometimes you get a bomb. Huh. Man, these dungeons are really interesting. I always have liked Zelda's dungeon design, but, well, okay, let's rephrase that. I spoke about this a lot, or a little bit at least, in my initial Dark World dungeon, but I think the dungeon design of Link to the Past is pretty great. Now, admittedly, I don't remember much of the dungeons, so I can't really comment about that or not, but one thing that's worth noting is that it doesn't actually make you... it does make you use all of the skills you've gained, excuse me, instead of just making you rely on the dungeon item. Now, the dungeon item will invariably be extremely useful for what you're trying to do, but... Alright, can I move this one then? Okay, can I move that one? Okay, well, apparently that's not going to happen. Okay. And this looks like, yeah, this is a place where we have to get a key in a random skull. Now, that's one thing that isn't so exquisite, mind you, is the random keys in places that are, like, under skulls. That, not so much. I'm not so much a fan of that, but, you know, it's fine as long as you pick everything up. You just have to remember to pick everything up. Always, always pick everything up. Hey, look, hearts. I could have used those to not die. It would have been great. Now, obviously, little goopy glops come out of the walls there, and they're kind of awful. But we come around to this side and see that, hey, we've completed a complete circle, and pushing that gives us a compass treasure chest for whatever reason. Okay, maybe the dungeon design is a little weird. A little weird. But I still appreciate it. I still am a fan. It's really interesting, actually, to be playing this game for the first time in 12 years, or maybe even longer than that, I don't remember. Now, obviously, aside from that extremely, excruciatingly annoying noise, we should just push that open, that way we can get across that water. Now, cleverly, you actually have to pick up that skull before you can get here, otherwise that key would be lost to the void. But Zelda is really good about not putting you into unwinnable situations. Ah, good. I had my sword beams for all of one slash. Excellent use. Can I move this statue at all? Oh, hey, I might be able to. Nope. Well, at least it's better than the constant ticking. So, yeah, this dungeon actually is a lot more straightforward than the Dark Palace is because there's only one real way to go, or at least that's what I'm noticing, instead of having a whole bunch of paths that you can branch off to and all of that. Die, jelly. Oh, jellies are amazing. Okay, so what else can I say? I talked about my shop or my house back at home. Can I push any of these blocks? It's always worth trying to push blocks. Well, okay, I have not pushed the blocks correctly, but yes, you can push those blocks. Now, if I know my Zelda, there will be a room back here. Okay, well, I don't know my Zelda. So there's not room back there, and instead, we have to do the classic block puzzle solution, which is leaving the room and coming back in. That way you can do it right, because, you know, you didn't really think you could move those blocks at all. Great times. Great times are had by all. Alright, so the secret here, that way, that way. Now, I remember being stumped by block puzzles when I was a kid, but we've been over this. I was a stupid kid. I was like, I have to push blocks left. I don't understand you. I can't think of anything other than one step at a time. Or one step ever. Oh god, don't set me on fire. Now, as you can see, we can drop down and we'll end up in a place, but because there are two places we can drop down, there's a 50% chance that wherever we end up will be completely and totally useless to us. So, whenever I'm in these situations, I always pick left first. I don't know why, but I don't know. I have this stupid thing in my head that's like left is right and right is wrong, and hey, left is wrong, and oh god, I hate myself. Oh hey, that's a red block. This might be more difficult than initially conceived. Now, I might actually have to go back and hit the switch again and go back all the way around in order to lower that block, but, you know, we'll cross that bridge if that actually is the case. And if it isn't the case, then yay. I won't have to waste my time doing that. Alright, let's find out. Can I get across? No! Of course not. Okay. Oh, this is actually why I hate those reversible color puzzles or blocks, is because they just are so annoying, and they actually set you up to fail on this one in particular. Because they set up, it's like, oh, it'd be easy to get out of there by just going down across where this blue path was. That way you can make a shortcut for yourself. But because they do that, and they're, you know, the designers know, hey, they're going to do that to save themselves a couple of seconds, you end up having to go all the way back and doing it again. That is... I hesitate to call it bad design, but it is definitely design meant to waste your time and make the dungeon a little bit longer artificially. That I don't like that. I don't like puzzle mechanics where you can't possibly, or where the obvious solution and the thing that you should be doing is the wrong thing. I just don't like that. Okay, so maybe I'm going to critique Link to the Past dungeon design instead of just wholly saying that's the best thing ever. Who knows? But, yeah. Alright, so we're back up on the first floor. Excuse me. I guess it is kind of the top floor. I don't assume we'll be going any higher. Most dungeons go down, not up. It's just kind of the way things are. And we can get through this room. Now, could I have predicted that in any way? I'm not actually sure. I don't think I could have. Like, Alright, that was the big key. I'm not sure why I stopped talking for that. But, you know. Now, we got the big key, and we already know where the big chest is, so let's go get our hands on one big chest. Oh yeah. Alright, so seriously, yeah, you do have to come all the way back through the place that you just came back through, because screw you, that's why. Alright, so maybe the dungeon design isn't flawless. But what is flawless is the excitement you get from opening a new treasure chest. What could it be? It's boing! This is the hook shot. It extends and contracts, and boing! It can grapple many things. That was just the worst voice I've ever done. Alright, so hookshot. Best item ever. I love the hookshot. This is one of the... it's just such a fun item, because you see something over there that you can grapple to. You can grapple to most things, and you just do it. You just grapple to it. There are no preordained grapple points. Well, I mean, there are, but you can also grapple to various other things. Not walls. Not statues. Not those. Okay, so they're kind of preordained, but you know what I'm saying. And here's the key we need, but because we destroyed all the skulls, we actually have to go back into the room and out again. There we go. All the skulls respawn. They killed a whole bunch more humans just for our enjoyment. It's kind of great. I seriously do love the hookshot, though, and it does have a lot of freedom in Link to the Past, or at least I remember it does, or it did. Because you can just say, oh, hey, there's a skull over there. I don't feel like walking. Walking is for plebs. And then, yeah, walking's for plebs. Now, that door is closed for some reason and makes me suspicious of this room, but, you know, every time I'm suspicious of a room and I don't check it out, I end up regretting it, and now that I am checking it out, oh, hey, this statue moves. Is that a switch? It is. I have figured out your secrets. Oh, and yes, you can pull yourself... Nope, never mind. You can't. I'm wrong. Just gonna shamefully push that statue onto that switch there. And here we are inside another room. Yeah. Now, I'm actually running low on health again, so if I die, which seems relatively likely, especially now, I will cut to where I am here again. This may become a thing. I should probably find fairies in between dungeons. That is most certainly a thing. Oh god, did I come the right way first and therefore I'm going to be going the wrong way? There are those moments in Legend of Zelda where you just realize you've done everything wrong and you can't do anything right. And you also took a bunch of damage that you didn't need to take. So, yeah. Yeah, we were just supposed to not check out the room this time because that's how this dungeon rolls. I'm sad. Oh god, don't hit me, fireballs. What are those fireballs? Why are they just fireballs kind of fluffing around? Well, this isn't right. Oh, the hook shot. Okay. Okay. I'm done being dumb. I promise. No. No, I don't. No. Not at all. Not even a little. Not even a little. Alright, oh god, a heart, yay. The beeping is consistently the worst thing about playing Legend of Zelda games. It's just a constant loud reminder of, hey, you're bad, you're bad. Oh man, you're terrible. Wow, you suck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's kind of how I imagine it in my head. Now, I should have thought of this, honestly, before I did it. Oh. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about this? Am I... Okay. Okay. Okay, game, I see how it is. I see how it is. We need to get over there into... I wonder... I could be making a terrible, obvious mistake. I can't pull this tongue out, can I? Okay. Sometimes you just have to check and see if you can pull your tongue out of your mouth. It's just a very important thing. Alright, so I said I was done being dumb last time, and I obviously lied about that, but this time I believe I have truthfully mastered my dumb. Okay. I was really hoping he wouldn't electrocute me there. I'm glad he decided to comply. Okay. Okay. So, in other games, maybe the hookshot there would have saved you, but not this one. In this one, you actually need to go through the not obvious door and then kill these things. Now, can I really don't want to swing my sword because I'm kind of terrified I'm going to get electrocuted and die and have to run all the way back here. But, you know, at least I'll have pushed this. Whatever this does. Do it. Do it, Link. There you go. And that just makes a vent appear on the floor. Wow, this beeping is just going to drive me insane. Yay, a heart. A singular heart. Not enough to make us not beep. Oh, man. That is a noise. That is the worst noise. Alright, so you might have seen this room earlier. It was the room that we came through earlier. Yeah, but on the bright side, it gave us hearts, so I don't think anyone can really complain. That is usually if you go back, you'll find treasure rooms like that, and you'll end up here, in this place. These blocks look a little bit suspicious to me. Like, this block needs to be further. Yeah. I don't really know. I mean, it was 60 or 20 rupees. It wasn't worth it, but you know. I don't have any fairies at all for this boss fight that's coming up. Not that I actually think we're close to the boss. We might be, though. There's gotta be something here. Okay, of course there's not. I don't know if those things actually can drop items and let you restock or not. Might be worth checking out at some point. Now, there it is. You might have noticed that there was a door on the other side, and this is how you can tell. Zelda games usually make it to where, you know, you can usually see where there's supposed to be a secret door and find your way through the waterfall that doesn't have any other descriptors. Die. And you jellies die too, but give me some hearts. Oh, take my hearts. Right, that's what I meant. Sadness. Alright, so there's actually a current here you might notice. And the current means that there's probably something in that skull that's useful because, you know, they're making it hard to get to. So, what is it? It's a key. And you need keys. Now, does the hookshot work as a weapon? No. Well, maybe. I have no idea. I can't get in the water without getting hurt. Everything's... Wait. Yeah, haha! I tricked you, for I am the smartest Link. Or, at least, not the dumbest Link. I mean, I'm a Link. Now, this secret room contains plenty of bombs, arrows. Alright, this is obviously a resupply room for magic and maybe some hearts. These secret rooms will generally provide you everything you need to fight with a boss, which is exactly what we are going to go and do. Yeah. This was actually a very short, very linear dungeon, aside from the little bit of mandatory backtracking. And, oh my god, it's Cloudface. Now, these are actually, I believe, eyes, but they always look like little clouds to me. And, excellent, I'm already down to blinking HP. Oh, no, it's just a giant eye under them. Right. So, yes, I'm showing off the strategy right here. This is one of those bosses that it does pretty much exclusively make use of the item that you just got out of the dungeon. So what you want to do is stand back from him, then pull out his little clouds, pull out his little balls, make them turn blue, and then beat the hell out of them with your sword. That is how you beat this boss. Yes. And, of course, as there are less and less balls, as you destroy his balls with your sword, the singular eye will slowly be revealed to you. This is slightly a strange boss, but also a significantly easy one. The only time it can get slightly difficult is when there's only a couple of balls left and you actually have to aim your hook shot instead of just throwing it. Now, once you've killed all his balls, he'll sit down there. Oh, there we go. Ah, good. He's doing that. Well, that seems about right. Oh, and he's gonna fall again. Now, the thing about him is you can actually hit him away from you, and that's what you want to do. So, just charge up your Master Sword, and whenever he gets close to you, spin attack. But you can't hit him in the first couple of seconds when he just comes down. I don't know if he actually gets faster. And he's dead. He was a one-eyed squid octopus thing until the end, and it did not work out well for him. Anyways, that concludes the swamp/water/whatever else you want to call it dungeon. And we have another crystal which contains probably a girl. So it's time for Falsetto Glory.
Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few knew of its location. But at some point that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf the Evil Thief. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the Light World. Well, remember that you have magical powers.
Wait, what?
Which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf. The thief, no. Ganon, the evil king of darkness. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.
I'm glad that you knew I had magic, which I guess makes sense. Kind of. Maybe? I have no idea. But on the bright side, we have captured another girl. Or not captured, but freed and contained her crystal. And you were taking my bombs. Yeah? I'm just trying to do my outro and you're taking my bombs. Okay, so in the next one, we will go to the third dungeon and hookshot some people to see if it works on them. Let's find out right now, actually. Yes, it stuns them. Alright, I hope to see you in the next one when we go over there to the west, north, directions. Yeah!